once this plane takes off, or whenever they tell us to, I'm turning my phone on airplane mode, and I'm gonna leave it on airplane mode.
There's no way. There's no way.
I'm doing it. I'm not using it. I didn't bring a laptop, no computer, no phone, just me and the camera. For a week, let's do this. But you gotta focus. After nearly 18 years of having a cell phone, I was about to go my longest streak without using it. Just 1 week. And what better to try to achieve this goal than on vacation in Florida? How hard would it be to disconnect for an entire week? Could my brain handle it? And what would I deeply learn from disconnecting? This is actually one of the harder challenges I've done. Let's see what happens, but you gotta focus. I was driving this before someone just... I feel like we just transported to summer. And it's a good day too in summer. Hopefully the nice weather and the vacation mindset would help me stay off my phone, right? Well, my first phone ache, let's just say, came fairly early on. You know, after you get off a plane and you get to a destination and there's that initial downtime before you really do anything? Well, that would typically be a great time for me to hop on my phone, see what I missed out on while I was in the air, and just like touch base and feel reconnected again in this new location. Whether it be posting to social media, checking out social media, responding to text messages, checking emails, blah 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 blah. But this time, all of that was off the table and my phone stayed on airplane mode. One big thing on my mind is I wonder what on earth is going on with my phone right now if I were to undo airplane mode. Like, would it be blowing up with notifications, updates, etc.? But it's 2:51 and the airplane is still on. So whether it would have been phone notifications that I would have considered an emergency or for my own entertainment, not checking this left me with a building anxiety. But sticking to the plan, I spent my first bit of downtime on this trip just walking back and forth in the room, and what felt like an hour was only about 10 to 15 minutes. It felt like time was slowing. Now luckily, only after about this 15 minutes of downtime, we decided to fill the rest of the day with some relaxing activities, going to the beach, out to dinner, and just like walking around checking out the town. Meanwhile, leaving my phone in the hotel on airplane mode. It sounds like it's not a big deal, but I'm telling you, mentally, to me, it was just very nerve-wracking not being able to instantly connect if I needed to or wanted to anywhere I was. Essentially, putting myself back in the 90s. Speaking of all this mental anguish, did you know studies found that adults who engage in excessive screen time have lower gray matter volume? So essentially, excessive screen time may actually shrink the brain. There you are. I wonder if I have any notifications on my phone.
Oh my gosh.
I'm worried.
You need help.
I do. So aside from struggling getting over that initial anxiety or FOMO or whatever you want to call it, one benefit or enhancement that I started to notice early on is it felt like basic food tasted better. Now this seems unrelated to the phone, but me being someone who is typically on some sort of a screen while eating, whether a TV or browsing on the phone, this does actually make sense. I mean, this basic orange that wasn't even that good felt like it had more of a prolonged taste, if that makes sense. Part of me thinks I'm being so stupid doing this challenge, actually, like so stupid. Like, what is even the point? Just like minimize it, you know? But then another part of me is like, no, bro, this is gonna be good for you. This is gonna be good for you.
Are you saying goodbye to your phone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's sad. One day without the phone and I already feel like slower. Not like I'm slower, like I feel like time has slowed. I feel like the energy feels slower, but in a good way. Like I'm feeling like a 90s vibe. Now day 2 was similar to day 1 in that whole time slowing effect from not constantly being on that dopamine stimulating technology. This sounds good and all, but not being used to being in this state left me feeling like I should be doing something when I wasn't, even though the thing that I would be doing would be completely unproductive, just wasting my time scrolling on my phone. It's like it made me realize being on my phone gave me the illusion of being productive, even though doing so was completely unproductive beforehand. And now truly here I I was just spending time being present, not something I was used to doing in the longest time. Now, on a positive note, I was beginning to feel throughout the middle of day 2 this like transitioning phase from that anxiety where I needed to check my phone just in case I missed something to more of this like I'm just gonna let it go vibe. And it was here a vacation mode really kicked off. For the next 3 days, I was disconnected. But for some strange reason, slingshotting to this new mental state had me really not caring at all. Regardless of the consequences, I literally was eating whatever I wanted.
I ate too much ice cream. Oh.
Not thinking about personal finances, spending whatever I wanted, which, let me tell you, wasn't a whole lot of money.
Oh, I got a little something.
But on silly stuff and more than I would have spent if I was in my old mindset. Speaking of spending, this is slightly embarrassing to admit, but I'll tell you, the wife and I made an hour trip to Tampa to check out Florida's largest casino, the Hard Rock. This place was pretty huge and cool, but always remember, never gamble more than you're willing to lose, because we ended up losing it all.
Well, we lost. We were up, and then we lost.
It is closed, but we're at the Sunglass Hut, and I know I talked about sunglasses earlier in this video, or maybe I cut it out, but dude, I've been on the hunt for this pair of sunglasses since I was 19. The pair, I don't know exactly what they're called, but the sunglasses Michael Weston wears in Burn Notice. Does anyone know what brand that is? Oh my gosh, take away this guy's credit card. But for real, looking back at this now and analyzing what happened, this was very interesting. Being completely void of my phone led me to being more irresponsible, which might not be what you expect. You know, I see all these videos and tips about putting the phone away, like not using the phone and how it can make your mind healthier. But in my case, not having a connected phone had my mind in chaos. Now, it wasn't a frantic chaos. It was more like a severely disorganized, not caring a care in the world chaos. Now, the reason for this, something you might think, and that would make sense, would be that by not using my phone, I have not been regularly stimulating my brain with the release of dopamine like I would when I was using my phone. So maybe my brain was looking for other things to do that would stimulate dopamine, and those things are kind of reckless. This would make sense, but I'm telling you, from my opinion and from my experience, this didn't actually seem like the case. In fact, looking back at this and analyzing this now, it turns out what I believe happened was a bit more weird and a bit more uncanny. I believe I went into this strange mode of not giving a crap because over the past several years, my phone has slowly evolved to act as a central hub of important data, information, and communication for myself, for my brain. I frequently used it as a schedule or a reminder system, something to help me make decisions, something to help me find information to answer a question, my primary communication device to keep in touch with family and friend. I could also use it to take pictures, record video, record audio, see where I needed to go, get directions, and the list goes on. Over the years, my phone slowly became more and more an extension of me, an extension of my brain. And now that I cut it off, well, I essentially became disconnected from these organized, responsible behaviors and feelings that I gave to my phone. Now, also, I do think if I was at home and doing this experiment, I probably would have had some different behavior reaction, but because I was on vacation, I think that recklessness, not caring mindset took the majority of the ride here, because I most likely would have been using my phone on vacation for answering questions and trying to find places to go and maps and communicating, blah, blah, blah. But because that's gone, the recklessness took over. Now, aside from this somewhat reckless behavior, also towards the later days of this experiment, there were some what I would consider good things happening. One of those being an increase in energy for things I always wanted to do, but would typically just go to my phone to watch somebody else do it. And in this instance, one of those things was nighttime sky time-lapse photography. Yeah. And so we're actually gonna go out to the beach, and I'm gonna try to do like a night time-lapse with this camera, and dude, maybe see if we can get some movement in the sky. I was watching this one guy's channel. He had like an infrared camera, or he converted his camera to do infrared, and he did like a night lapse, and he caught like all these moving objects, like satellites. It was like the coolest thing ever, and I've like always been interested in this stuff. And it's just dark over the sea, so I want to see if I can get it to work. Let's go check it out. Oh, but yeah, there's like Orion's belt right up there. Like, look at this. Can you guys see this right now? Oh, you can kind of see it on the camera. Kind of see like Orion.
Probably.
Oh my gosh, there's raccoons over there though.
This is your deal.
Okay, we got it. You got the flashlight? Are we even allowed to go to the beach?
I have no idea.
We can do this. Why is the beach so creepy at night? Oh, this is gonna be a sick night lapse though. There's the hotel. There's the sea. And we're about to do a night lapse. 8K. Let's see what we can get. It's like 2 seconds long. Yeah, so I thought I left it longer than that, but that was it. Pretty cool though. Regardless, just as the time felt like it was going slow initially, all of a sudden it was day 6 of this experiment and it was time for us to go back home. So it has been, how many days has it been?
6.
It's been 6 days. We're flying back today in about 45 minutes. No, I'm losing track of time. 3 hours, but we have to leave here in like 45 minutes because we're checking out. It hasn't been much of a dopamine detox, I'll tell you that, because we've done some things that have been pretty fun and stimulating, but at the same time, I guess that wasn't really the point. I just needed a phone fast, really. I needed a technology fast, and that I did. Anyways, I do need to go on my phone right now because I need to get my boarding pass, and I also need to pay some bills, so it's going on off of airplane mode. We're gonna see what happens. Ready for this, guys? Okay. Here we go. So day 6. That's not a full week. I guess that's a work week. And oh, I should turn the sound on. Oh my gosh, it's binging. It's binging. All right, so apparently I have 33 messages, or well, 30 now because I accidentally clicked on one. Let's see what they are. Family, spam, family, Dunhams. Yeah. Let's try to stick to what I had to do, which was pay the bills. This is crazy, man. I'm back on the phone. This is so, oh my gosh. What was I even gonna do? Pay bills and what else? Boarding pass. We're sorry, an error occurred. Great. I'm not getting like any internet connection. It's off airplane mode, but it just keeps error, error, error. All right, so you know what? Whatever. Well, can't pay my bills, can't get my boarding pass. We stuck. Not to worry, guys. I eventually got the internet connection to work and I got my boarding pass and now I'm back now. Sorry about the sunglasses. My eyes are kind of irritated from the travel, but so first of all, the whole entire experiment, first of all, I'm absolutely super grateful and I had a really good time being able to take a mini break to go to Florida to do this. But in regards to this video topic and the phone, it wasn't what I expected to happen. What I expected to happen was kind of like going on initially that was like being anxious about like missing out on some information or like a message or whatever because I didn't have my connection, my phone. But what I wasn't expecting to happen was like kind of the recklessness behavior and that kind of like just like I don't even care anymore. I'm letting go. Like whatever. I don't like this cost that much? Like, I know I wasn't supposed to budget this into the vacation budget, but like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? There was also like this like feeling of like, is this dangerous? Is that not dangerous? I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't do anything like insane. I didn't do anything insane, all right? Or I didn't even spend anything insanely, right? Like, thankfully that didn't happen, but the mindset was shifted. It was shifted into this like reckless state. It was weird, but maybe also refreshing. Maybe I do need to be a little bit more reckless. Maybe there's a little bit more fun in being a little bit more reckless. Maybe I need to be responsibly reckless. Maybe that's the key. Anyways, one thing you might be thinking is, bro, didn't you do a dopamine detox before, like last year? Yes, I did do that. That was a dopamine detox. A lot different than what I did this year. This time was a phone fast. Last time in the dopamine detox, I still had my phone on and I still had it around. If someone messaged me an emergency or if I needed to check an email or send a specific like business thing, I could do that on my phone. Not this time, man. I was all gone, right? That was also another anxious thing. But luckily, I had everything automated, I thought. So I was like hoping everything would work behind the scenes, that I wouldn't need to deal with my phone. And luckily, it seemed like it pretty much did. But yeah, I was not expecting that. Like, getting rid of this making me more reckless. Like, that's so weird, right? But I think it really comes down to this uncanny thought, and that's kind of, maybe we are more cyborg than we think already. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even though this isn't, like, connected to our bodies, it's essentially connected to our minds through all this information passing in and out. And when I like cut this off, I'm essentially like cutting off part of my mind. Cool, but also kind of sad and kind of scary that I become so dependent on this thing that when I got rid of it, it's like, it's almost like my IQ dropped like a third or something. So very, very strange, very weird, not what I expected at all. I literally thought it was just gonna be that like anxiety, like, oh, I need my phone, I need my phone. And then when I wasn't with my phone for like 3 days, I'd be like, oh, I'm free, I'm off of my phone, and I feel like I'm feeling so free and so good, and nature, yay. But no, dude, not that at all. It was more like anxiety at first, like I predicted, but then it was like whatever, reckless, where am I going, I don't know, like what am I doing, like it was not what I expected. Very weird. Let me know if you've ever tried to phone fast and you've had a similar experience to what I had, what I tried to explain here, or if you had a different one, let me know how that went. Now, something maybe on a positive note, now that I have been back and now that my phone is off of airplane mode, I actually have not been using it as much as I definitely was before. Like I was like kind of glued to this thing. It kind of got really bad. My screen time was going way up, but I'm kind of just like, nah, like, So I'm in this weird like phase right now where I'm kind of like in and out, like I'm using it for just things that might benefit me, like information, but I'm not glued to it like I was before. I don't know if I'll fall down that road again. I should probably prevent myself from doing that. That would be beneficial because, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird realizing how much I'm intertwined with this thing and depend on it, or how dependent I've come on it over the past several years. Hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you all so much for watching my videos. I have more videos coming out. Stay tuned. Peace. I will see you all in the next video. Just in case you're wondering, bro, I can't believe you actually smashed one of your old phones with a wrench. I would actually never do that. These are actually too valuable to me. This is actually a fake phone. It was only like $7. I bought a bunch of them back when I was filming those little brother videos for this exact reason, to destroy them. Just in case you're wondering. I was just trying to get the blood flowing. All right.